New videos every day. Life, wisdom, Psychetruth, massage.
This is Athena Jezik, and we're going to move from the neck up to the skull and get us the scalp and a little bit of the face. So we're going to start with lifting the head up and placing the hands on either side of the midline, and just begin curling the fingers under and just massaging in circular motions the head. You can see it's kind of a moving her head around a little bit. That's from the action of the circle. With the circular movements that I'm doing. Okay. And then you can also move the head to the side, rotate it to the side. And this way you'll be able to see a little more how I'm doing this. It's just fingers going in a circular motion and then moving upward, and then just a little to where you were. You're just kind of going up to the top part of where you were and inching your way up the back of the head. Now here, be sure that you're getting into the skin. Not a whole lot of pressure, but you don't want to just rub the hair around in a circle. You want to make sure that you're moving the skin in a circle, so you get a little bit of feeling down underneath the skin, like there's some movement happening in the connective tissues and under the skin, and things are stimulated there. There's lymph underneath the skin, lymph vessels of the skull. And this side, same thing. Just rotating up. Okay. And then you can lay the head back straight down and continue moving upward. I spread my fingers out and just kind of cover all of it. Now, when I was doing that first part, that's the part of the head that's now on the mat. So that's what that is about, getting the part that's usually laying on the mat. But now we're on a part that isn't, so you can spread your fingers and do circular motion, and you want to make sure that you're still covering all the areas. Don't move too much space in between them. You can see the way that maybe you can possibly pick it up, the way that the forehead is moving. It's good when the skin moves around. You don't want tight skin. The looser the skin, the better the fluids are moving underneath it. Of course, unless it's sagging, but you don't want real tight skin on areas, the limbs and the head. It's better to have this kind of a movement, this fluidity. We're going to get up to the hairline. And again, don't use too much pressure with all of this. And we can get into a little bit of the face. And I think there's enough oil on my fingers to work the face. Here we're just going to go up and down. I bring much more pressure coming up than downward. I'm really more sliding my fingers on top of the skin going down, and then getting a little pressure coming up. And along the hairline down to the ears. Now you can take this circular kind of motion around the ears, or you can grab the ears, the earlobes, and again, and make this, don't pinch it too hard, keep it gentle. Massage work is really about relaxing. You want to be able to let the person relax and not be screaming in pain. There might be modalities or times and injuries and stuff that we have to get into a little more of the pain body, but for the most part, for relaxation, be respectful on it. And around the ear in the front. And you can even take the ears and give it a little pull, just a gentle little pull out from where they are, kind of covering the whole ear. And if you want, you can also do a little bit of that on the top part of the ear, not going inside of it, just like so. Okay, so there's the ear. And then you can pull yourself up this direction. And then we're going to come into above the eye, or under the eyes, excuse me. We're going to just take the thumbs and draw them up, starting in the nose area, downward and upward. It's always nice to work up. Skin needs to be worked up. There's gravity that pulls us downward, so when you're working on especially the face, you want to take everything upward as much as possible. And then on the eyebrow, you can just work it outward and kind of up. You know, the difference between something that feels complete and something that isn't is if you're working like across the forehead and you just kind of go like that and just let go, that's not going to feel as nearly as complete as if you take it all the way through and then bring it up. So pay attention to that no matter where you're working on the body. You know, take it all the way to the end as best that you can. Into the nose, you can rotate the nose a little bit. Right where the nasal bones are, you can even come down the nose. This is actually where the watershed is for the lymphatic work. I'll make little circular motions. And then you can go across the eyebrows. And if you're very, very, very gentle, you can even kind of brush across the eyes. But you want to be ever so gentle doing that. Ever, ever so gentle. Like you're not hardly even rubbing. Just a very light touch on the eyes. Almost as if you're not touching, almost as if there's a little energetic field or a magnetic field between your thumb and the eyes. It almost feels like that. It's so light. Now here I'm just coming down along the cheeks, the zygomatic arch in here where the cheek is, and working upward again. Chin, working upward. And the chin. Now along the face here, you can do circular motions. Along the mouth. And you can just kind of pluck the skin a little bit, where it's little tiny little plucks, like pulling it out just slightly. It's a stimulating kind of maneuver. Up, and then you can just pull everything up into the scalp, and then again, and then just one more rotation of the little rotations of the top of the head, and pulling up. Now what's also nice is if the person has hair, sometimes people are bald, but you can also pull the hair just slightly as you're finishing up and even wiggle it a little, but it's a very light pull. It's not like you're gonna drag them across the ground. It's just a nice light pull. And that completes it because you're coming to the ends of the hair, and it's just something completing, very complete when the hair is included as well. But these are all just little things that I've learned over the years to make it feel a little bit more full and complete with the massage. Okay, there we have scalp and face. This is Athena Jezik. Thank you.
Yeah.